Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. Okay, this is your monthly reading for April, and we have Page of Shells, Intuition and Inspiration. It's very apt. We've got a little frog and it's a beautiful rainy day here, so the frogs might even start coming out. You might hear them croaking in the background. So yeah, this is the Page of Cups. Very, very interesting. I get the sense that this frog is just hanging on. Just hanging on, but it's almost like about to take a leap of faith into something, take a leap into something. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this frog, and it might feel very inspired. So yes, intuition, trust your intuition. There's inspiration coming. Where are you leaping towards at this moment? So let's see what's shifting and changing for Sagittarius. What's shifting and changing for Sagittarius? So I feel like this kind of intuitive message has probably been, whirling around a little bit. You might just get the intuitive message to go for it now, because we have, this is the Page of Cups. Like I said, it's about nervously opening your heart to something new and fresh. Maybe not nervous, maybe getting excited. Nervousness and excitement are two very similar kind of energies. But we've got 1, 2, Mars, Aries. What's shifting and changing? We are moving into Aries season, speaking of Mars, Aries. So we are moving in another fire sign. It's going to be possibly a really good energy for you. And then later in April, we move into Taurus season. But with Jupiter in Aries, we're in Aries season. The sun's exalted in Aries, and being another fire sign, this is potentially going to be a good time for you. Good compatible energy. And so this is where the new path opens up here. And this frog is like, right, new path has opened up. Do I want to jump down it? Do I want to jump into it? So it might even be like you have a split second to kind of decide. Trust your intuition. So yes, very interesting. A new direction, something new gets activated here. So, okay, it feels exciting, Sagittarius. So, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all 3 of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a more holistic view, like a fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Saggy. Just take what feels right. Oh, we have the Empress. Yes, very nice. Abundant energy coming out for you. So just take what feels right, leave the rest, trust your intuition. You've been crowned by intuition here, so you might be feeling super intuitive in April. And interesting actually what they're saying with the 1, 2 Mars Aries is there's actually going to be 2 Aries new moons, which is going to be it's not that usual. And so we're having the second Aries new moon is going to be a solar eclipse, total solar eclipse. That is happening on, I think it was around the 20th. I'd have to check that date. But this is kind of what they're saying, because the wand 2, it's like, we had the first Aries new moon. And then by the second one, this is when the new path, I feel like there's some kind of direct connection between the first Aries new moon and the second Aries new moon. So the first one occurred on the 21st or 22nd of March, which is actually the date of me recording this. And then the second one is, like I said, the 20th of April, around there. And so I feel like it's almost like the new path is going to be very interesting. So come on, Stelly, come sit down if you're going to come in. So take what feels right and leave the rest. And it feels like I wasn't expecting that path to come up, but I feel like I'm heading in a very different direction. I don't think you're consciously aware of it right now. That's the thing. I feel like it could all happen quite quickly. Might just suddenly feel like, ooh. And that's the feeling I'm getting with it, Sagittarius. So and if this reading does really, so trust your intuition about what I'm saying and just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. And you can buy the extendeds as individual readings, or you can check out the beautiful Patreon community that we are creating at this moment. And in the Patreon community, you have access to all the extended readings for all signs. So you can watch your sun, moon and rising. You can cross watch for other people. Here you are, got Sagittarius energy in your conscious mind here. You can Yeah, there's a whole heap of other content as well, so you might like to check that out. The Ace of Swords, clarity coming through. Okay, great. About what you're about to dip your toe back into. The Eight of Pentacles, or you dip your toe into. The Three of Swords. The Page of Pentacles, this is you kind of, again, the page-like energy, new, fresh, exciting, justice. There potentially might be a new contract around this or a contractual agreement around it. The Queen of Swords, and we have the Strength card. And the Hierophant. Okay, interesting. And the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, you're being challenged to grow, and we've got the Sun. Okay. Interesting. Whew. Okay. It's interesting. There's a lot of potential on offer here, growth with a new commitment that's on offer here, but there's going to be a challenge around it as well. So it's almost like facing your fears or opening yourself up to vulnerability. And throughout that process, it's kind of like, yeah, you're kind of facing something that's been wounding you in a way. So we have as the situation, the Empress. This is abundance. This is Venus coming in. Venus is in Taurus at the moment, her home sign. So she's like, yep, I want to bring some abundance towards you, Sagittarius. So yeah, she's like, we're looking for things that it's about your enjoyment level, your pleasure level. Are you really enjoying something? Are you finding it an abundant experience? We're crossed by the Magician. So the Magician is where there's potentially like the Empress represents fertility as well. Like there's a fertile time that potentially you're reaping the harvest for other cycles, for older cycles. But you're crossed by the Magician, which may be that there's new seeds that are ready to, you might not necessarily be consciously aware of that. So it might not feel like it at first, but the Empress is around. It might be like, I'm not consciously connecting to this. I can't work out how that's going to happen, bringing this abundance. Perhaps that's something that's coming through with it. But I just feel like they're showing me like the Empress is like this, imagine it as a fertile space for planting seeds. Like, yes, there is a harvest, but it's also fertility for planting new seeds. And it's almost like you're not consciously aware of what that is. So that's why I feel like there's kind of a bit of a surprise element to this, which is interesting. We have in your conscious mind what you are consciously aware of, and that the Magician can be the how as well. Maybe it's like, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm feeling inspired to do this. So once you become consciously aware of what it is. So inside your conscious mind, we have the Temperance card, which is the major arcana for Sagittarius. So we do have, like, this is about balancing harmony, and it's about health, like healthy, making elements in your life that don't seem like they're working. It's about patience because there's alchemical shifts going on here. And I think it's very much like you've potentially got yourself on your mind. Sorry, Sagittarius, the Stelly was distracted me a little bit. I knew she was hungry, so I went and fed her. So what I'm actually, it's interesting because I get this sense of you coming back into alignment here with this line here with the Two of Wands. You can see it's like, like this line coming straight down into alignment through the crown of the Temperance energy, which is, bringing you, Temperance quite literally can mean bringing you back into alignment. So new paths are opening up for you here. That's what the Two of Wands means. And then through the Empress and into the Ace of Swords, you can see the line coming back down and joining up to the Ace of Swords again, which is finding the clarity at the base. And we can also see the crown in the Ace of Swords that reflects the crown here, the new path that's opening up. It's become quite clear about what that is. But interestingly here, crossed by the Magician, which is also the number one, this is where things are coming down through you, like with the Magician energy, but this is not being consciously aware of it at this moment in time. So it's like there is something that's wanting to bring you into alignment, that is wanting to bring abundance into your world, but there's something that's going on in your conscious mind that perhaps you're not working out you're not consciously aware of that path that's coming in for you at this moment in time, which is why I get this sense of it might be a bit of a surprise. And we can see the angel is dipping his toe back in. So that's where this little frog is like, I'm ready to kind of take a bit of a leap. So in the recent past, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is to do with your work, or it's something that you've been working on. So it may be that work was the focus in the recent past. Now, in the near future, we have the Three of Swords, which is where this little page of shells opening its heart can be feeling a little bit vulnerable because you're opening yourself up. But whilst you do that, there's this sense of, okay, now I meet something that's been wounding me. I might be feeling a little bit vulnerable. But this is where I think you're facing your fears, because you've got the Strength card there as well. You're facing your fears. If something's come up that is kind of like a wound or a trigger for a wound, I think it's kind of come up because we've got the Sun card here, which is breakthroughs, breaking through the wall, breaking through something that has been holding you back or has been affecting you negatively. So it's almost like, yeah, this wound is going to be triggered, but the Ace of Swords is that it does... the wound has come up to the elements to be cleared. So I think it's just, it is about being brave with that, because it feels like, this new path is aligned to you, and you're going to have to be strong going down that. This is you, though. You still might be getting really excited about it. That's the thing with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very like, the world is my oyster. I've got this new opportunity in front of me, and I'm feeling like, this is new and fresh, and I could be getting excited about it. It's a pentacle, so it could be something that you want to bring into the material world, something to do with the material realm. So, I mean, this could even if this is like sort of like a creative work that you want to bring down into reality, or an idea that you want to bring down into a reality, or there's a new opportunity around your work, or the way you're using your money, or around your home. So there's some sort of new opportunity on the material realm. Could be to do with money even as well, but there's a lot. I think it's got a lot to do with like your work and what you're working on. So the energy around it is the Justice card. So what I feel like, this is a contract. So what I feel with this is it's almost like you're bound by this contract. The universe is keeping you on the straight and narrow. My apologies, Sagittarius. Interrupted by a phone call, having a interrupted reading today. But it's kind of interesting, because what they're saying is with the alignment here is that something, we see the Justice card here, there's some sort of contractual agreement. Perhaps this thing that was wounding you was putting you out of alignment, and then we're seeing that the balance is being restored with this contractual agreement. And so that's where I kind of feel like this is where the universe is like keeping you on the straight and narrow, like this is the path that they want you to be on. Whether there's like, you might be resisting a little bit because it means you do have to meet this wound in a way, open your heart up and to being vulnerable. But at the same time, the universe is saying, but this is where the breakthroughs can occur. So there is a contractual, potentially a work agreement around with this, or a working agreement with the Eight of Pentacles. With the Justice energy, there could be some sort of legalities around it as well. So you might be getting the message to stick with something that you've really been working on. So that's something that's coming through. We have as your hopes and fears the Queen of Swords. This is the queen that has her head above the clouds of fear, confusion, doubt. And she's very resolved. She's giving something the green light. She's saying yes inside of herself, or getting very clear inside of herself, which is exactly what's happening with you here with this Ace of Swords, which is what's happening deep down, is the clarity is coming through. So that's whatever this is that you're wanting to get very clear with. I think that you are absolutely getting that, and you're not being scared at all. You're being very brave, which is why you've got the Strength card here. This is kind of like, interestingly enough, you cross by the Magician energy, which has got the being consciously aware of like the infinity symbol above his head, which is being consciously aware of new possibilities, opening up to lots of new possibilities. And this is where you can see that this is the maiden meets the lion, Virgo meets Leo. And it's the Strength card. You can see that she's got the possibilities above her head, It's like, okay, now I'm consciously aware of the new possibilities and I'm being really brave. She's closing the jaws of a lion. Takes a lot of courage to do that. And you could see the lion as potentially your ego, because the ego can be sometimes stop you from doing things. It's like, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. But it really is a sense of you're going to potentially be very brave. When the strength card comes in, it's like you're gathering your courage to take the leap, like the little frog that's just about to leap off into the new path, the new alignment. So yes, the thing that's coming up with it is the Hierophant. This is your higher self talking to you, your soul talking to you, saying, be brave. There's new seeds that are coming that are bringing growth. But this could also be the courage to commit to something that potentially there might be part of the leap might be, I want to get away from this. I want to escape. I don't want to be on this path. But it may be that there's a sense of, that there's something that's really aligning. And so what they're showing me with the Two of Wands is that the path suddenly seems different. It seems like a new path. It's more aligned to you, but at the same time, it's like you having to kind of address things. And so, yeah, it's kind of like it's hard to explain what they're showing me. It's like saying it's the same path that started in that first new moon in Aries, but by the time you get to the second new moon, it's going to feel like a different path, even though it started from the same place. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain that. But anyway, I think it just shifts and changes form. It's like an alchemical shift that we're seeing here with the Temperance energy. And once you see that very clearly, that the path has changed direction in some way, shape or form, that's when it's like, okay, now I see this is evolving into something different. And yeah, there are more possibilities open with that. And there could be a little bit of fear around that, but at the same time, the nervous excitement. So you can see how it all kind of is rolling in together. But the Seven of Pentacles is when you're planting a seed for growth. And it's like you're stepping out of the comfort zone and you really are, bringing a lot of growth into your world. So your soul is giving you some very strong messages to be brave. There is growth coming here. And, there's also happiness that could come through with the sun. Breakthroughs, happiness. This is the little inner child that's broken through the seemingly unsurmountable wall. So it's like, boom, I've broken through. There's opportunities around. The sun is shining, feeling like energy that was trapped, that might have been trapped here with this, is now being released. And so I've got more energy. I'm feeling like revitalized. I can connect to joy. I can connect to things that, so it's, re-energizing, which is actually really great. So, yeah, I think it's really wonderful energy around for you, Sagittarius. So let's pull an affirmation card and see what's coming in. So an affirmation card. And they're kind of bringing up the distractions now because they're saying it's sometimes distractions are a good excuse to not stick with something or not to stick with the new path or not to go, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. But there's something like a spiritual teacher around that's asking you to commit to this new path that's coming in. So yes, I see clearly. Of course you do with the Ace of Swords here. I see clearly. I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision. Very nice. And I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. Very interesting. And this vision, it's almost like sometimes we have dreams, but when the dream becomes a reality, we're like, it's like freaks you out a little bit. But it's almost like there's something that you've been dreaming of or envisioning here with the vision. You're breathing life into the vision. Quite literally, it's aligning to you. And then it's like, oh, okay, now I have to actually be brave about, opening my heart to this and stepping into the opportunity. So, or this person, whatever this is. So, yeah, interesting. Let's pull. Okay. All right. So we have a little charm. This is the moth and it's also the butterfly. So it's this sense of like when you have that moment of inspiration that could come through your crown chakra and it could feel very aligned to you, this new path that's opening up here. That's the moth flying to the light, to getting that message from your soul. You're getting that message, which is really great. The angel's here with the temperance. But the butterfly is also, because I read it as both, this particular one. The butterfly represents transformation. And we haven't talked about Pluto moving into Aquarius, big, slow moving energy. But this Pluto in Aquarius energy is actually going to be, it's called sextiling Sagittarius energy. So it's kind of lending a helping hand, making it easier for you to transform something in your life, but you kind of have to choose to do it, to activate it. And you're going to get these very strong, like, yeah, choose this messages from your soul. Like I said, that spiritual teacher that wants to kind of keep you on the right path. So yeah, it's sort of might feel like it's a little bit easier to transform something in your life at this moment in time. And so that's what the transformation is. The butterfly transforms. It comes out of the cocoon where you might have been nursing those wounds inside the cocoon. It's easier. It's safer in there. Let's not come out. But this wants to come out. Leo actually got a very similar read, like a similar charm. So if you have, and you have the strength card as well. So if you have any Leo in your chart, or you're cross-watching for a Leo, or you have Leo, sun, moon, or rising in any sort of way, shape, or form, you might want to watch that, because I'm getting very similar. Or you have a Leo around you, that you're working or you're going through similar things together, because I'm getting a similar kind of message for it, which is that it's like something that was holding you back in a way. You hiding those wounds inside your cocoon because it was easier. And whilst they were there, they were slowly healing in a way. Perhaps it felt like they couldn't heal, but it's like, whoa, up it comes out. It's come up and out, the wound, like the butterflies come out of the cocoon, and it's like, oh, okay. But it's come out to be healed. Something is transforming in your life. So, and this butterfly has wings. Something wants to fly and grow in your world, which is really beautiful. So that's it, Sagittarius. That is your reading. Quite like they're bringing me like the angel in the Temperance card. This is Sagittarius aligning, coming back to themselves and finding their wings again. Because the Temperance card is the card of Sagittarius. So there's magic at foot here. There's an alchemy. There's an alchemical shift. And it's like you're transforming. You wake up one day and it's like, whoa, I've got my angel wings. So yeah, it's quite fascinating to see what this transformation is. So yeah, that's your reading. I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going in the extended reading. So we've got the sense of being really brave, committing to something that's going to bring growth into your world, listening to the messages from your soul and spirit. There's breakthroughs, happiness, regeneration that comes, revitalization. The new path is there. You're being kept on the path in some way, shape, or form. And then it's like, where are we going with this? Why are you taking me along this path, soul? Let's ask further into the future. Let's see where the soul is taking you at this moment in time. So that's what we're going to explore in the extended reading. We're going to have a look at that. We'll pull any other clarifiers around that you need to know about, although the clarity is coming with the Ace of Swords, absolutely, and I see clearly. And we're also going to ask the best way to work with the energy, and it is a lot of opening your heart and being brave. And aligning. So we'll ask the best way to kind of work with that energy to make it kind of an easier transition and to get the best results. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over, Sagittarius. The link is in the description box below. And like I said, you can buy the extended individually, or if you are interested in supporting my channel further and having a look at all the other extra content as well, you get access to all the extendeds in the Patreon community, plus a whole heap of other content. So you might like to check that out as an option as well. So that's it. And the link for that is in the description box below. And yeah, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, Sagittarius, and look forward to seeing you next time.